Hello everybody, welcome back to the Adventures of Freelid, so forth and so on. If you hear any boofing today, don't worry about that. That's just dogs. They're being very boofy today. Alright, show notes. Can I rattle something around here? There we go. This is a bag of chips from a Mexican restaurant. I'm going to pretend that it's a sheet of paper. These are probably stale. I need to throw those out. I need to throw these notes out. Okay, but here are my notes. Which is actually a notepad document, but let's just pretend that we're working analog these days. First, I wanted to mention something from 2 parts ago, as the dogs continue to boof. Fantastic. But I wanted to mention that there was a rendering problem with part 3, was it? 3, I think? Where the back end of it had like an extra 1 billion hours on the end of it, something like that. So I had to take that one down. And the reason for that I just wanted to mention is because the rendering program I use can be very finicky, and if you don't save it and then reload the whole program over again, sometimes it produces rendering errors and will go back a step. Like if the very last thing that you do is move the timeline. For example, the outro card from where the position was in the last episode back to where it should be, but you don't save and close, then it might freak out and just completely ignore that step and render out a stupid version of the render. So that's what happened that time. And I did notice that part 4 had the part 3 card still on it, but I wasn't going to re-render it, and I thought it was kind of funny anyways, because it might confuse you all again since I uploaded the last one 2 times in a row. It's not really that much of a joke, but that's what I did. And lastly, of course, we're back here in the lower Undead Berg. Some of you were absolutely forgetting. He didn't pick up his items. I knew whenever I was doing it, because if you remember, I wanted to get the hell out of here as soon as possible. I did not want to be here. So I definitely made a conscious decision last part to not come down here and start picking up shit. Huh. Priscilla's dagger. I will not be using this, but it means we don't... Ah, shit. I wonder what's actually in her tail now. Yeah, that's another thing. I really don't like this tail cut system. I could ramble about that for the next hour. That whole... Isn't that from Monster Hunter? Isn't that where that comes from? It seems like we already got his thing to proc the last time we were down here, but I was in the midst of fighting 1 billion dogs, so you guys didn't see it. Or whatever. But just briefly, I don't like the tail cut system. I think it's stupid. It's one of those things where people that say that they like it, I think they more just... By the way, you like her sexy outfit? Where there's, like, no bottom. But I think it's one of those things where people just like the idea that you can get things from a tail cut, and they never do it themselves. Like, they don't have to do it. Because they're like, well, I don't want it. I just think it's cool. And I can definitely... We can all imagine one person, specifically, that is like this, I'm sure. But that's stupid. Because then you have people like me that are like, well, I need to show off everything. I need to have everything. You know, even if it... Oh, here we go. Now you want to run your fucking mouth.
Anybody, help me. Unlock the door. Damn, I'm finished.
What if you just stayed out here for like the next hour, just like throwing shit at the door, like just pretending, or like start talking like we're talking to someone else as we walk past. Well, what movie you want to see today? Because, I don't know, what sounds good to you? So he'll start freaking out. Please let me out. My penis is so tiny, or whatever he says, because he's a mage. Anyways, tail cuts. Don't like tail cuts. They're stupid. They require a lot of work, and they dictate how you're supposed to... I like how he doesn't immediately just race for the door. Like, oh, no, okay, thanks. But yeah, it's one of those things. For me, it's a lot of work. For you, it's just a cute trick that you're not even going to use. You just like that it exists. You don't care. Okay. No, not talk. Pillage. Huh. Well, I guess will bring me to my next point, possibly. So, crystalline shit, won't be wearing that either, because it's stupid looking. But I wanted to mention another thing in my show notes, before we even proceed any further. Remember the large ember that I'm on a hunt for? I started worrying about that, because I thought, I'm not going to go the whole playthrough using this stupid spear. Sorry, Mike. I'm not going to go the whole playthrough using this stupid spear. I am going to open up my cheat sheet and look for that item specifically. And so I did that. to see where exactly in the world it even was, and if it was something that was going to pose a problem for the playthrough. And I found it, and it turns out it is in the Duke's archives. And specifically, it's the item you get for killing Seath. So it's going to be a while. And even more fun adventures in regards to that, the very large ember that you get that you have to use after using that one actually is also in the Duke's archives. And it's right before you kill Seath. So you actually get the most advanced version before you get the version that you have to get in order to even reach that version. So I can't even do anything until we actually beat Ornstein and Smough. So that's going to pose a huge-ass problem, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to get around it, other than, I don't know, like, I guess I'll have to find, like, a chaos upgrade thing, or, that's probably the only thing I can think of, just rely on that until then. But even upgrading one of those, like, I'm not going to just cheat one in, unless it just gets really, really bad. So I guess that'll be our next objective, trying to find the chaos version of it, or something like that. And the other part of my little show notes, no one really voted for which way to go, even though I asked you to. You guys kind of got hung up. Stupid cracked eye. You guys got hung up on other things. You got distracted. So you're just like me, you miserable fucks. You got too easily distracted by other things, and you didn't even answer my goddamn question. Like 2 people did, I think, that I counted. And one of them voted for fighting skeletons, and one of them voted for fighting in the forest. But I thought, you know what? I have the occult club. I can reduce that down to a divine weapon, and we can go into the catacombs and do that. And that at least will get this fucking spear out of my hands for a while. Unless, of course, this is doing, like, huge amounts of damage, which it doesn't seem that it is. Alright. What do you have to say, you stupid fuck? God, he's so stupid looking, too.
Brilliant. You opened the
I
door
hate
for
you.
me.
You're
Thank
awful.
I'm saved. I thought I might never escape. I am Griggs of Vinheim,
Yeah, it's fascinating.
sorcerer of the school. I'm much obliged for your assistance. Thanks to you, I may now receive...
Yeah, you're actually a spy or something, I don't care. You're not an interesting character. You're garbage. By the way, I'm drinking Welch's sparkling red grape juice. It's from a big-ass, like, wine bottle almost, so it kind of looks like I'm a drunk. Whenever, like, if anyone were actually looking through the window, which they're not. If they were, I would get up and I would shoot them, of course. You know, it's the only proper American thing to do, especially in the country. But point being, he's very boring. I don't know how that correlates, but he is very boring.
Oh, hello. I'm fine. I will rest a while, then return to Firelink Shrine.
As good as a high number of things I can say that are good. There we go. About NPCs in this game, everything regarding magic, like not miracles, just like magic, sorcery, is the most boring fucking shit in the universe in this game. Like Big Hat Logan is probably as good as it gets, and he's just kind of just... He's more interesting for how he looks. Like, the things that he says and does aren't really that interesting until you get to the archives and he starts to go crazy. And that's just like a few lines of dialogue.
Oh, hello.
I have a stupid haircut. I dress in someone else's clothes I might have stolen, but it doesn't go anywhere. Oh, I'm so fascinating.
So let's leave Dick Weasel behind. And I've already cleared out this whole area, by the way. Much easier whenever you don't have a bunch of magnetic dogs latching onto your fucking face. Alright, so let's go around and collecting all this shit. There's not too many things down here. Goody, large... it's been worth it so far, hasn't it, guys? Alright, so large soul, nameless warrior, nothing to talk about there. Let's proceed forward. It'd be funny if this was actually like a chaos... or, I can't remember, I always get the... Yeah, chaos ember. I always get chaos and occult confused for some bizarre reason. Soul of a hero... And this one should be the Thief set, which is not here. Demon Titanite, great. Alright, so that was a waste of time. And as people had pointed out, I really wanted to avoid doing this. I guess we're in a fine state to be attempting it, but this is probably not going to go well. I don't... Because it seems like there might be Red Phantom dogs inside here. And they're also going to be Red Phantom versions of themselves, and they're going to have more health and more damage. So this is going to be a shit in my ass. Like someone that's pressing their ass up against my ass and shitting inside of it, and I'll shit it back out into their ass. like a Ouroboros of like diarrhea doo-doo inside one another's buttholes or something. This is what this boss fight's going to be, so I was trying to avoid doing it. But there is a single corpse drop in here, which is probably not even going to be worth anything. Let's just fucking... I could cheese it out. Like, I could do the whole thing where you throw fire bombs over the thing, or throw dung pies, but I don't have any dung pies, and my supply of fire bombs is limited. So I guess I'll just murder myself over and over again. I hate this game. Ha! Can't believe they didn't aggro immediately. Oh, and he of course, his pathfinding is perfect today. Oh, yeah, just swing right there, you miserable fuck. Okay, well, that's solved. Where did he go? Oh, he's down here. Okay. Now, let's see what his movement pattern is like today. Let's see how good of a mood he's in. Oh, you want to do that, huh? It's always kind of hard to tell what he's up to. Huh, actually doing it. Oh, because of the lightning spear, of course. I really wish that I had that ember, though. And you can't break his poise, which is kind of weird. There we go. Oh, that wasn't bad at all. Look at that. We got plenty of useless items. A new miracle that I will never use, one humanity, and a homeward bone. Because fuck you. Okay. And let's see. For some reason I had it in my head there was a corpse right here. But there is not. And there's nothing here. And there's nothing, of course, up here. This is kind of a weird little area. I don't think I even talked about it in the last part. But there's like some little apartment complexes, medieval apartment complexes. Yep. This would actually kind of be a pretty little place to live, if you think about it. Like if it were not like a hellhole, where people shit into each other's asses, then it would actually be kind of a pretty little place to live. Like, look, there's a little balcony up there. Kind of reminds me of like an Italian village, or, you know, just one of those sort of a lower European, Southern European, I should say, areas. And then it ends in this little gate that doesn't go anywhere. Yeah. Alright. Well, fuck this place. Nothing here. Complete waste of time. Fantastic. Let's move onward and I guess go over to Firelink and then go into the Catacombs. Is the only other thing that I can think of. It'd be funny if I was going past and for some reason I missed that one guy and just sprang onto my back. And again, tried to use me as a McDonald's place. Alright, but that at least will give me a chance to talk about Laurentius and the fire that I was going to talk about last time. It's weird how the sound works sometimes, but not others. I really like I like the sparkling. It's really overpriced. The sparkling red grape juice. I very rarely get it, like once every year or something. Really like carbonated water and things like that too. Okay. I always like that you can buy doo-doo from her. Like, she just has a big pile of shit behind her. Where'd you get this? Oh, no need to worry about that. She said as she, like, squats over it. Rips a big, thick one out onto the floor. It coils up in a pile. No need to worry about that, dearie. Is that your poo-poo? Are you poo-pooing and give me your poo-poo? Yes! We have a big laugh over it. And everyone just, like, enjoys themselves. Man, Dark Souls is such a great game. Okay, what the fuck am I even saying, you know? I guess I can use, like, some poison throwing knives. Give me 12 of these. Give me one of your shit piles. I need a single shit pile. I don't have any alluring skulls because that drop changed. I guess I could get one of those. I do actually have... You know what's going to be weird? If I go down into New Londo, and the ghosts don't drop transient curses. I think that they might. Because it seems like they're... By the way, the whole yellow drop versus blue drop thing, I think that's because yellow drops are only if the drop is not tied to a corpse specifically. In other words, you know how you can ragdoll them? Not in my version, since everything's a goddamn red phantom. But, come again, if you please, for more doo-doo. You know how you can ragdoll the corpses around? And, they will flip around, and if you haven't collected their item, it still is attached to their body? That's a blue one. But if you do that and their body's flipping around, but it's not tied to the... Did you respawn because of... I must have gone past the area. That the enemies automatically respawn if you go like 3 zones apart, regardless of whether or not you've been at a bonfire or not. I think that's the rule. Either that or it's 2, I can't remember. Oh, I should have kicked him off. That would be fun. Let's get another one up here and kick him off instead. Come on, sweet thing. Come on, jungle princess. I don't know what that means. Yeah. No, no, no. Yeah. It's a shame that Jungle Princess never actually made it into Adventure Time. She's like a thumbnail version of herself in like one scene that lasts for like half a second in one episode. I really liked her design. I like drawing pictures of her design too. What the hell? Oh, that's right. I forgot. I relocked that so I could start with full health. Completely forgot. I don't even need that right now. I did that whenever I got to the very end. I thought, you know what? I still have 10 Estus Flasks, and I only lost like 30 health. So I may as well just start with full health this time around. There we go. LP funsies. Alright. Hello, Blood Raven. Hey, that's kind of a good name. Blood Raven. Oh wait, that's a terrible name. No. I really get tired of Blood Ravens in 40k. Alright, what do you got to say, haircut number 2?
Oh, hello. I regret meeting you under such compromising circumstances. At least we both made it back unscathed.
Oh, baby needs his drinky. What were you saying?
Did you see them? The 3 young clerics headed for the Catacombs.
They're here?
Kindling is the art of feeding bonfires. The poor young girl sent down into a tomb. What a terrible mission she is burdened with.
I had a plan before this LP even started for them. But if I don't go through with their whole plot line, I might not get some of the drops associated with it. Let's see. Let me think about this for a second. Because that means that they're here. Yes. Mumbles, fuckface. And the Diarrhea Dandy Princess. Doo-doo Diarrhea Dandy Princess.
You are undead as well. Then we've no time to fraternize. I have my mission and you no doubt have yours. We must not let this curse overcome us.
Undead indeed. Have you seen an undead look like this? It even has like the gap in the armor, so you see a little bit more skin. Oh, do you desire this, young Princess Rhea? You cannot have it. You can, of course, have these jars filled with fart gas that I stored earlier. Ha 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 ha! Do you not believe me? It was not my fart gas, you see.
Did I not explain the urgency of our task?
I like how even she's a
Were you
dickhead.
so uncouth as to lack such judgment? By the looks of you,
I ran out of my thing.
I should think not.
Guess now I'll just have to beat this jar or this wine bottle or whatever against this desk instead of drinking. My throat's going to get really sore as a result.
What have we here?
God, you're so stupid looking in that armor.
Raggedy. Times are grim. At least you can
Raggedy?
be sharp. Don't you dare meet
Well,
a lady
maybe
like
I do
that.
look a little bit.
You might scare her off for good.
Oh, you think so? Very scary. How about that? How about that? Yeah. Hello, Lady Rhea. I'm Freelid. Do you see anything that you like? Yeah, I think that should be a plot line in Dark Souls. Rhea's underlining lesbian desires that she can't actually fulfill because it's still like the Dark Ages or whatever.
Did I not explain the urgency of our task?
Yes. Very interesting. You know what's else interesting? The way that my ass cheeks hang just barely out of my clothes. Yep. Alright. So, my favorite one of all, Mumbles. You stupid fuck. You're so fucking stupid. Dumbass. You know what? Here we go. Hold on. Here's a present, Rhea. You like my present? Oh, you like eating your own farts, don't you? Mmm, they're so tasty. Why are you eating them? Don't you know that it's uncouth to eat your own farts, Rhea? How disappointing. What would your father think? Goodbye, Rhea. You can never have this booty.
Oh, hello.
And of course, Petrus is like, whatever.
Arrived. I will be departing with them shortly. So, I'm afraid I will be saying goodbye soon. It was a pleasure.
No, it wasn't. Okay, let's see. I've got to go down to Andre and get his stupid ass to get this dumbass club fixed. So that's one thing. I can't do that on my own. That's one thing I think I would change. Like, I can understand... No, I guess that would still be fine. I really like the idea of leveling up at bonfires as long as you can find a stopping point. It doesn't have to be a bonfire. Like, if you're making your own video game, it doesn't have to be a bonfire. Like, a house or a safe house. Just that sort of system. Just as long as you're at a safe house, you can upgrade all your shit, and you can level up, and so forth and so on. Most games, Western games especially, do that. Why exactly they're so obsessed with this stupid maiden thing, I have no idea. Especially whenever you need to go back to, like, the Nexus or whatever in order to use her, which means that you're already at a bonfire because you need to teleport. It's so stupid. It's fucking stupid. There's no reason to do that. Okay, anyways. But we're back here with Laurentius. I said that I really wanted to talk about him a lot, so I was feeling inspired last time. Let's see if I can channel that inspiration again. Because that's another thing with me. Like, I don't have all this written down in notes. I'm just talking out off the top of my head, right? And I have, like, just one or two things, like, go do that. And those are my notes. So, last time I'm not sure what I was going to talk about, so let's see what he has to say.
Oh, hello there. I'm pleased to see you safe. As always, if you provide the materials, I can teach you pyromancy.
Fascinating. Wow.
My teacher, whom I imagine still resides in the Great Swamp,
Oh, yeah.
had a funny way of putting it. He said that pyromancy is the ultimate fantasy. We are born into dark and warmed by fire, but this fire we cannot touch. Those whose fascination with fire persists learn to hold it in their own hand. He rather had a way with words, the old withering frog.
It is a pretty way of putting it, isn't it? Because we're all born from the dark. We all have a fire within us, but we can't touch it. In other words, like the humanity that we hold within us, our soul, our essence, our life force. And of course, as I went over in... Yeah, it did kind of inspire me, didn't it?
Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go alone.
I'll try. I mean, well, I'll try. But within the context of Dark Souls 1, this is a constant irritation with me doing this particular playthrough. Because, like, the other day I noticed someone left a comment on my, like, Dark Souls Part 1 or something playthrough, trying to correct me on something I said in the first part, based on information that attempted to retcon or add more confusing layers of information in Dark Souls 3. It's like, I can't be wrong about Dark Souls 1 lore whenever 3 is retconning things. You can't correct something, especially in a playthrough that existed before the game even existed. So just having to constantly fight Dark Souls 3 and people that are getting information confused between all the games is a constant source of irritation. It's one of the reasons why I kind of thought twice about even doing the playthrough in the first place. Because I knew I would have to deal with that shit all the time. And of course I did. I am. Alright, but anyways, as I originally said in Dark Souls 1, my original playthrough, I pointed out in the DLC that it sort of implied that the souls kind of interact with one another in a way that you wouldn't think. Like, for example, you know, at the very end of the DLC, you're finding, like, dark-based pyromancy, or you're finding sorceries that have physical weight to them, and so forth and so on. So there's sort of a hint that there's a... Ooh, every time. There's sort of a hint that they're combined with one another. That the aspects of the various souls are not as split apart as you might think. Okay, hold on, let me... Actually, let's see if I can Reduces down to a +5 club. That'll help us a little bit. And it seems like... what is it? What is the other path besides Divine? I can't remember. It is just Divine and Occult, isn't it? For some reason I had in my head that there was another split before that. I'm probably thinking of Demon Souls. That's another thing. In between all the... Like, I was misremembering how rings had weight in this game, but they don't. They don't at all. Like, after so many games, you get all these things confused. It just becomes a muddled mess. But it is just Divine and Occult. But I don't think Occult actually causes them to stay down, so I guess it's fine to reduce this. It doesn't matter one way or the other, I guess, though.
Don't turn your butt towards me and shit in my butt.
I'll try not to, Andre. Anyways, but that is a beautiful way that Laurentius's master put it. I can't remember his exact wording, but it was pretty. That people that have this fire within them, but they can't touch it. Like, they have the beauty of life itself inside them, but they are not allowed to actually touch it or interact with it. And I would say that that's probably an aspect of the soul of life. Now, humans don't have the soul of life in them, because if they did, they would be witches, because that's how that works. But I would like to think that everything is not so incredibly binary in this universe. That just because humans have the dark soul doesn't mean that they don't have life, they don't have death, and so on. You know, that much should be obvious. Correct? Yes, correct.
You're right, Plague.
Said no one ever, even though I was. Okay, let's get this stupid... This, club, thankfully, is a little bit better off as far as weight goes. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Unfortunately, it has a much shittier moveset, which is going to pose some minor problems. Okay, so let's go down and tag the Firelink Shrine and move on. But yeah, the various souls do interact with one another, I would say. And even though, like, the witches have the soul of life, they also do have other aspects of the souls inside of them. So do humans, and so do gods, and so does even Nito. Even though Nito's a silly, shambly skeleton man. Now, goodness, go this way. It doesn't matter. Oh, what the fuck? Didn't even take damage in that? That's amazing. Alright, so, it's kind of... I don't know if that actually has any correlation as far as holding the fire within us or anything. But considering that Pyromancy was handed down by the only surviving, like, remaining, kind of pure witch, then I would purport... Let's try this out on these guys. Then I would purport that it does have some link with the ancient sorceries. Now, of course, the manipulation of fire as a sorcery itself... Yeah, that's not bad. Was warped as a result of the manipulations of the witch, the Witch of Izalith, correct? Or Quayla, as some people might call her sometimes, based on the names of her daughters. Since Gwendolyn, and so forth and so on. So, you could easily make the argument... No. I know that move. So you could easily make the argument that Pyromancy is, of course, a aspect of that original sorcery. Except, it seems as though... It seems like even in the item descriptions... Let me see if one of those is like that. No, it's in the weapons. It's in weapons. Let's see. Let's check the Pyromancy flame real fast. It's been a while since I can't remember all these descriptions off the top of my head. Guys, Pyromancy arouse this flame to produce various fire arts. Equip Pyromancy from Pyromancy. No, it doesn't really... Yeah. It doesn't say. Oh, well. But it seems like some of the Pyromancies do say something about their correlation... Hello, friend. Their correlation to ancient fire sorcery itself. Oh, God. The red bits all over the ground. This might be rough. I think I will take time and kill them off, though. Oh, the damage isn't good. It's not good at all. It's bad. Damage bad. This is gonna be rough, guys. Oh, this phantom business was a bad idea. Yes, sir. Ooh. It's a good thing I have my trusty Ring of the Evil Eye. That'll help. Okay. But anyways. Linked with Ancient Sorcery. And we can hold that flame. He said that people that become obsessed with that beauty can end up holding that flame within their hands. So he sort of romanticizes it. He doesn't explain it in scientific terms. As though, oh, if you train your ki enough, you can sense, you know, some shit like that. He equates it almost to a personality trait. That if you become obsessed with the beautiful nature of the fire that we hold within us, then you can actually learn to manipulate it. But the funny thing about it is that it seems that you gain pyromancy exclusively by someone handing down the fire to you. So even though you are using... Like, that's originally, that was the whole idea, I guess, with pyromancy. The reason why it has... that guy fell off. The reason why it has infinite uses, as far as, like, you don't have to worry about magic points or anything. You just have to worry about the number of times that you can cast, right? And that goes by spell basis. The whole idea with that, alright, get it out of your system, is that... What? It's not working? Why would it not be working? It's a divine weapon. Am I misremembering something? Hold on, I'll test it out on someone else. You get down here, my good sir. Well, fine, do that then, you fucking idiot. That makes you backstep anyways. Okay, I'll worry about that in a second. But I wanted to point that out because it... Jesus. That it romanticizes it. And, that's one of the things I wanted to point out about Dark Souls, is that even though 2 and 3, to a slightly lesser extent, become obsessed with darkness, everything is just so shitty, people are shitting each other's I just need to stop doing that. That even though all that's going on, Dark Souls 1 itself is actually a very hopeful game if you think about it. Oh god. I don't know if I can do this in time. Come on. I need to do this before those skeletons get down here. Those skelemons. Oh, he didn't drop anything either. Okay. As long as I can light this, I'll be good. Okay, let's go ahead and sit. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to clear out this whole goddamn area in order to get all the drops. That is gonna be rough. But it needs to be done. So, oh yeah, I need the Kindle. Okay. So, Dark Souls 1 is a more beautiful and romantic game than I would say that 2 or 3 are, as far as its narrative goes. Because if you think about it, most of the characters even are not really that hopeless. There is Crestfallen. But I was sitting here thinking about it the other day, and I couldn't really think of too many characters. Now that guy already died, so these guys should not bother one way or the other, as far as their deaths go. That does sort of have me worried. But I couldn't think of too many other characters that were like that, other than Crestfallen, that were just completely downtrodden. And they had just given up completely. Oh, Dark Souls. Dark Souls. Shitty, shitty Dark Souls. The way that a lot of the modern characters are, especially 2. 2 has that shit real bad. Because everyone is just depressed all the time. But if you look at someone like Laurentius is a very helpful guy. He's very optimistic, upbeat. You know, they all have their past where they might end tragically or something. But as far as their actual characters go, after they become undead, it still doesn't matter. Because they're still trying to be themselves. And that seems to sort of be the message of Dark Souls 1. Is that even as the dark grows, and even as your own undeath approaches or whatever, you can still be yourself. You can still be you. So it kind of almost seems like the message of a lot of characters is, even though things might seem hopeless at times, you can still be yourself and you can still find beauty in things. And like the overall message of 1, as far as technically it goes, is do you really like the first flame or not, right? Like this whole thing. This red phantom. And the whole idea with that is you can keep the first flame lit, but it will go out. You know, before the game needed a bunch of mandatory sequels because Miyazaki was contracted to, and he didn't have a choice in the matter, so they had to make them one way or the other. That's a deep rabbit hole to go down. What the hell? Where did that one... Oh, because of the aggro mod. They're all attracting right under me. That's crazy. Oh, that's gonna... Oh, I just realized how bad that's gonna be then. Because everything can see you. Oh, it's gonna get rough. Rough. Okay. But 1, yeah, people are very hopeful. Like, Solaire, very hopeful, very encouraging. Like, he's going through his own problems. And he eventually does succumb to sort of depression because he's unable to live out his own dreams, which we can't help him with because to us they don't make any sense. But it's still something that's possible. Plus 100. Okay, they are dying. I wonder why that other one stood up. Doesn't matter. Okay. And if you take someone like Sigmire. Sigmire also sort of like that. Very helpful, very jovial. He's not depressed, he doesn't start out that way. Eventually he might become that way because he's going through his own troubles and he's wondering who he is as a person and so forth and so on. That's his arc. So all the characters kind of are like that in Dark Souls 1. So I would contend that Dark Souls 1 is actually a very bright game in comparison to the other ones. Which I don't think is, oh, they knew because the sequels... No, there was no sequel. This was the game. Like, this is the reason why I decided not to do anything with 2 and 3. Because I don't consider... Like, I would consider 2 and 3 to be part of their own universe. I don't consider them to be sequels to 1. I know you might... Yeah, I know. But I don't consider them to be sequels to 1. I see all of these as being their own contained stories. Miyazaki famously does not like making sequels at all. He despises doing it. And he didn't want to make a sequel to Dark Souls. And he didn't want to make a sequel to Demon Souls and so forth and so on. He likes just doing new things every single time. Which is kind of weird, but it does make sense. Especially whenever you can see that he keeps reusing assets and ideas every single game. God, it takes so long to get through their health points. That he keeps reusing things over and over and over again. Oh, god damn it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Running in the wrong goddamn direction, too. Don't jump, you idiot! God damn it. Just everything that went wrong, that could possibly go wrong, went wrong just then. Well, I'll bait it out and try not to rush in. Come on. I'm trying to clear you out so I can talk. Okay. So I don't consider Dark Souls 1 to be correlative to 2 and 3. Now you can pitch a baby fit about that if you want to, but the reason why I do that especially is because whenever this game was made, there were no plans at all for sequels. Like there was no idea of any contractual obligations to do so, right? It doesn't even matter. I don't even need to kill him. Because I can already dispose of them with this stupid club anyways. I just have to be careful. I need to concentrate to some degree. So whenever this game was made, there was no contractual obligation. There was no thought in anyone's head that this was going to have any sequels. This was its own story. It had its own message. There was not going to be any sequels to explain other ideas that were not fulfilled and so on. So if something wasn't working, either it was just a time issue where they didn't have enough time to flesh something out, or it was just because that was the only thing that they wanted to say. Like, there was no Ashen people or whatever, because there was no reason to have a concept like that. Where the hell am I? I have no idea where I am anymore. Where? Oh, okay, the Lucerne Rune. That's what's going on. I got really confused. Man, this shield is really helping. Especially in this tight, confined spaces. It's almost like rolling doesn't solve every problem. Except it does, I guess, technically. You could just solve all these problems with rolling, I just don't want to. Prove it, but nah. Wow, he actually poised through that, or had enough stability for it. You naughty skeletons. Yeah. Okay. Now what the hell was I saying? But yeah, Dark Souls 1 had its own story to tell. So, I'm not really worried about anything that 2 or 3 says in regards to that. So that's the reason why I don't really like bringing them up. That's the reason why I consider them to be part of their own little universes. Because they all have their own internal logic, and they all have their own narratives. Soul of a Hero again. At least I'm going to be able to level up like crazy, I guess. So, 1, I would say, is, of course, a more hopeful story in the sense of the characters are not, oh, shitty fuck. They're not like that. Now, Dark Souls 1 is not hopeful in the sense that everything is going to be alright, because it's not. As far as Dark Souls 1 goes, the whole idea with 1 is there is no retarded Dark Souls 2 cycle where it just keeps going and going because we might need sequels in the future. Which I get so tired of people saying that Dark Souls, like, the whole thing is a cycle. It's not a cycle. There never was a cycle. There's no such thing. Really? There is no such thing as a cycle in Dark Souls 1. In Dark Souls 1, this is your cycle. Gwyn picks up the first flame, right? And he gets the flame superpowers. Unfortunately, you gotta kill everything inside. You gotta kill everything. Because if you don't, then because the aggro mob, it'll keep pursuing you. So you gotta take care of everything. Gwyn picks up the first flame, and the Age of, Fire, or the Age of Light, or however you want to look at it, begins. Correct? So, once that happens, it begins to wane. Because that's how, fire works. It eventually runs out of fuel, right? Now, before you remember, this is how Dark Souls 1 works. Don't start complaining about, oh no, the natural state. That didn't happen yet. There's no such thing in Dark Souls 1. That's Dark Souls 2. This is the reason why I don't want to talk about that. So, in Dark Souls 1, because, again, remember, there were no plans for any sequels, this is how it worked. This is how it worked. Nothing. There is no cycle. There is none of that shit. So stop typing. I know you're typing. Stop it. No, stop it. Stop typing. Stop it. Unpause the video. Unpause the video. There is no such thing. So, the fire is running out. Like it's physically running out of material to burn. Like it's dying over time. And eventually it will go out. And, even Go makes that very clear in the DLC. Or Golf, or whatever. Makes it very clear. And he's an adherent. Like, he's one of the Knights of Gwyn. And even he says, yeah, the Dark eventually is going to win. Eventually, we will have to confront that. And you almost get the impression that one of the reasons why he was assaulted by the people, and maybe that's the reason why he was in Ulasil in the first place, maybe he was banished, who knows, we don't get enough information about it, is simply because he was aware of that, and he was wise enough, even though he is sort of a bumbling giant, he was wise enough that he knew that was eventually 100% going to happen, and there was nothing to be done about it, other than to accept it. I need to really be careful of those stupid flying heads. What a Dark Souls sentence that was. There we go. Let's see if I can get to him before. No. No, gotta do this so... God, he has so much health. This fucking mod. God. Oh, soft humanity. My precious little angel. So, the Age of Fire begins. It's going to go out. Even Go is aware of this. All the characters are aware of it. The whole message of Dark Souls is that eventually, like, this is the narrative. No matter how good something is, no matter how beautiful something is, everything fades. Like, that's the whole, like, metaphor and point of this whole game. I mean, hell, even fucking Consumable. It's named humanity. It is literally named humanity. It is a giant metaphor. There is no way that you cannot see that. You would have to be brain dead not to be able to understand this. So, yes, like the whole game is a big metaphor. Everything that is beautiful will not sustain itself forever. It will go out. All the fires go out, and all you are left with is dark. And the question is, do you continue to sustain that for as long as you can, even though each time that you do that, you get weaker, and the beauty that you thought that you were preserving continues to die. Like, it gets weaker and weaker and weaker. Look at it this way. In order to get to Gwen in the first place, what do we have to do? What are you doing? You're going crazy, man. You're going crazy. I'm hopped in my cocaine. I'm Cocaine Skeleton. Come on. Let's roll. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay. But what do you have to do to get to Gwen? You have to try to collect the Lord souls. But this is how fucked up it is. Okay? The only Lord soul that you really have that is 100% complete would probably be like Nito's. But even it seems like the description even then says that it's been weakened over time for some reason. It's been a while since I've read it, but it seems like it says something to that effect as well. And that's the closest that comes. Other than that, you collect Souls of the Four Kings, and the Souls of the Four Kings are not the Souls of the Four Kings. It's just another piece of Gwen's soul. Well, that's how fucking strong Gwen's soul was in the first place. That not all, like, and Seath had the same problem. Like, Seath, he's a dragon. Well, in Dark Souls 1 anyways, you could very easily make the argument that he doesn't actually have a soul, as it were. Like, he might have life force or something, but that's it. Or Genki, if you want to look at it that way. I'm not going to go into the differences between Genki and Shuki and Yuki or whatever. Like, that's a big rabbit hole to go down that I'm not going to go into. Just that there's distinctions between different kinds of soul power and energy sometimes in Asian mythos. But, God, I fucking hate my brain. Like, it's the reason why I'm creative, but it just goes so fast in so many places sometimes. It makes it so hard to think. But the Age of Fire is dying. Everything's going out, and that's the message of this game. Is that, do you preserve beauty that eventually is going to fade anyways? Or do you embrace the darkness? And that's where the characters come into play. Because the characters also had this going on, and that they are undead. Like, they themselves, even though they are physically, stronger in the sense of the Dark Soul is working and this was causing their undeath in the first place, their own personal beauty, like their humanity, is also fading. And it's fading because of their failures, their deaths, like their inability for perfection, or however you want to look at it. Let's see what this is. Probably another soul of a hero. And like Firebomb. It's fine. Oh, by the way, that 3 humanity thing, I think that came from the start of the game. I think that the well... Actually, the well butt guy... I think he has 3 humanity, and that's where that's coming from. God damn it, come on, roll. Son of a bitch. You daughter of a bitch. No one ever says that. Okay. Club is one of the few things where you can perform a jumping attack by just hitting R2. You don't have to perform an input for it. Kind of weird. Okay, so even the characters are like that. Hey, solve my problems for me. Aha! Oh wait, is that not gonna work? Maybe that's what happened. That is what happened! That's what it was! Because, one of the explodey guys is probably what killed the skeleton the first time. That's why he reassembled. Because I'm not the one that killed him. I figured it out. Yet people left a million messages about it anyways. Yay! Okay, but even the characters are like that. They are slowly losing their beauty, but they're still trying to be beautiful people. They are still themselves. And that's what I really like about Dark Souls 1, is that it has all these... Like, it's not like a high fiction, like, it's the most perfect game, or anything like that. But as far as... come on now. Holy shit, Moonlight Greatsword. Wow. Well, at least I know that's not on Cease's tail anymore. I wonder how much damage that actually does. Oh, geez. Nothing at all because of the stats. Wow, that's rough. Okay. Ooh, that's a glitch and a half. Okay. So even the characters are like that. They... Excuse me. They themselves have that same thing. Like, that's the nice thing about Dark Souls 1. Everything is tied together. The characters follow that same thought. The main plot follows that same thought. Everything. Oh, but the fucking cycle. I'm sorry. But as far as the cycle goes, that's how it works. Gwyn picks up the first flame, the Age of Light begins. But if it eventually is going to go out, 100%. Remember, no Dark Souls 2, no Dark Souls 3. There's no sequel story about, so no need to be concerned about that. It will 100% go out eventually. And that's why, you know, do not... Come on. God damn it. This is trying to avoid, in case he dropped anything. Didn't look like he did, though. Okay, don't have to worry about it. And this, I think I do have to go down here because there might be something. It seems like there's... Oh, the crystal lizard. That's what it was. Shit. Fuck me. Christ. Accidentally two-handed. I don't know why I two-handed. Maybe I was already two-handed. Well, gotta do all that shit again. Maybe I can run it. It's not like I'm losing much. I can't lose my self-humanity because I locked that shit. Because I wanted to annoy people. Okay, let's just try. Because I can't do this all day long. Just because one random skeleton manages to get lucky. I could probably jump at some point, but I'm not going to do that. I love that stupid move that they do. Where they wind themselves up and launch themselves. It's so dumb. But yeah, eventually the Age of Dark will begin. Like, there's no way around that, as far as Dark Souls 1 goes. The Age of Dark will 100% begin at some point. And Gwyn and the gods are trying desperately to just put it off. Like, it is going to happen. There's no way around it. Like, they're fucked. Like, that's the whole thing. They're 100% fucked. There's nothing they can do. But they're trying their best to prolong the inevitable. Oh, shit, I know they were going to do that as soon as I turned around. Oh, bastards. Bastards. Little miserable, cocaine-sniffing bastards. Okay. It's funny some enemies do have guaranteed drops and some don't. It's really weird. Oh, come on. I thought the shield would prevent that. Come on. I could get one of them. It seems like the other one is the one that's the problem child. It's not going to give me anything of real merit anyways. God, I hate this room. Okay. Alright, here we go. So, before I go on, let me just get this thought out. I fucking hate my brain and how I think. It's beneficial, but it's awful. But think about the amount of souls that you needed just to be able to get to Gwyn in the first place. Nido Soul. The Soul of the Witch, which itself, I guess you could argue, is weaker than it used to be because it's now warped into chaos, the form of chaos. By the way, but going by the logic of Dark Souls 3, shouldn't all the demons have been dead already because we already took her soul and used it? Whatever. Dark Souls 3 doesn't have any internal logic. So we take that, we take little pieces of Gwyn's soul from Seath, and we take that from the Four Kings. Like, you could, like, and he even partitioned his soul to other gods. Like, imagine how strong Gwyn was whenever that little pygmy guy, by the way, yes, they are pygmies, fuck you, picked up that soul, the Lord Soul of Light, and became the entity that we now know as Gwyn, except he didn't have any clothes because he was naked. Ooh. Naked, sexy, powerful Gwyn. Yeah. Ah, shit. I didn't clear out the area, so I'm gonna fall into a bunch of enemies. Well, this'll be hilarious. Oh, no, that's right. I forgot what it led. That's the other one that I'm thinking of, where it leads directly into the heart of chaos. Okay. But you open up the path to Gwyn using that method, and that at least satiates the Lord Vessel. So imagine the door closes again. Like, imagine you rekindle the first flame using your power, and you use yourself. You are nowhere near it. What the hell is going on down there? He fell. That's weird. You are nowhere near as strong as Gwyn was whenever he first attempted to link the first flame. Ah. Oh, there's a lot of weird shit going on. You are nowhere near as strong as he was. And especially nowhere near as strong as he was whenever he first picked up the goddamn thing. Because he had to partition his soul to make more gods, right? Like, either he was having sex with weird zombies, or more likely he was just physically handing off pieces of his soul to other people, right? So as a result, he was weakened. Like, that's how it works. If you remove that bit of yourself, you get weaker, unless you're like human. Humans seem to work a little bit differently, which is kind of weird. God, will you lock on correctly? One of the things I detest about Souls combat. Where, oh no, they're standing up, so let's make you lock on to something that's like 2 miles away that'll make you fall down and kill yourself. Thanks, Dark Souls. God, look at all that red. I've got to be super safe because I just... What the hell's going... Oh, he's down there. That's what it was. There's an item right there. Let's see if I can do this carefully. God damn it. That's like the same fucking thing it normally is, almost. If not exactly. Okay, let's see if I can get one of these goddamn things to proc at a time. But you're nowhere near as strong. So, in theory, Gwyn lit himself on fire, and the new Age of Fire, the rekindled Age of Fire, lasted about 1,000 years. Now, you are nowhere near as strong as Gwyn used to be. Like, you could barely beat Gwyn whenever it was the end of the Age of Fire. You could barely beat him then. And he was a shell of his former self. So in theory, the new Age of Fire should last an even shorter amount of time. Hell, it may even last 500 years. You don't know. So the Lord Vessel then still requires that same amount of soul to allow access to prove that you can actually beat Lord Gwyn, because that's how it was made in the first place. But now, no one has access to killing Nito. No one can kill aspects of Gwyn anymore, unless they go out looking for random gods to kill, I guess, would be the way that you would have to handle that. So you could probably accumulate enough souls to satiate the Lord Vessel at that point, but you would have a hell of a time doing it. And gods do not respawn. They're not undead. They don't come back to life. If you kill them, they're just gone. Forever. There is no undead curse for the gods. God, I have to be super careful. I'm surprised they didn't all just immediately get up. So as a result, the Age of Fire will be even shorter, and the souls required to open up the damn thing to be able to get to you in the first place are going to be even harder to obtain. And they do have to be the same in order to test you, because that's the whole point. Because if you're not strong enough to kindle yourself, it's not going to rekindle the Age of Fire in the first place. So it's not like it's a video game thing where, oh no, the actual limit of souls that you require will go down by 5% or some stupid rule that I'm sure someone's making up. Another one that's someone's making up in their rules, the comments right now. Okay, I wanted to mention this. This is another thing that I wanted to mention. People were wondering if the Firekeeper soul that I picked up last time was Anastasia's. It is not. I'm at intercut footage here. I actually keep up backups of my previous saves just to be absolutely certain because of things like this specifically. And in this case, I kept a save of Freelid standing right in front of that Firekeeper soul, actually, where I started off part 3 or 2 or something. And I just reloaded that and picked it back up and looked at the item description. It is not the same thing. It's not Anastasia's soul. So unfortunately, let's see. Use the same humanity. So this is not Anastasia's soul either. And this is a problem, because now that I picked that up, that probably means that old fuckface McGee is going to kill her and take her soul. Because I picked it up, and that's the flag for her being killed, is whether or not you have picked up both of them. Unless, of course, you also have to somehow go into Blight Town or something like that. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the script is, but I think it's just whether or not you have those 2 souls in your inventory or not. That might not be the case. We will have to wait and see. Adventures await. Anyways, yeah. As far as the cycle goes, there is no cycle. There is only a slow descent into darkness. And that's all. That's all there is. Just everything's going to be fucked one way or the other. And it's just a matter of time. And the decision is, do you prolong that, or do you embrace the darkness? Okay, Skull Lantern? Yep, Skull Lantern. So that is guaranteed. So do you embrace it or not? Because if you look forward, let's say that you rekindle the Age of Fire. And let's say that somehow it lasts almost as long as the first time. So, 1,000 years, like 900 years the next time or something. Everyone, people start to panic again, even though there's not really any gods to... Like, the only person really keeping this shit up is Frampt, really. And that's even in a Lordran. Like, he doesn't, as far as we know, he doesn't even go outside of Lordran looking for people, right? The whole Bell shit only happens inside of that specific area. So, it relies completely on the idea that more undead are going to show up. It's supposed to be here anyways, almost. With the mace. Okay, I really hope there's not a bunch of fucking skeletons down here. There's probably going to be a shit ton of them. I better make sure. I'm going to have to homeward bone anyways. Just in case. God, I shouldn't have done that. Should have finished my thought. Now I'm going to lose it forever. Just because of Vamos. Vamos! And his stupid... He makes no sense. This is just like a design they had on a sheet of paper somewhere that they just decided to use. He doesn't make any fucking sense. This is one of the development problems. Like yeah, you and your weird distorted audio. Fucking weirdo. This from snorting too much of that skeleton cocaine. Oh shit, fuck! You run in the cutscenes! Jesus. God damn it. They all staggered. That's fucking great. Now I'm gonna have to run back and do that shit again. I knew that those shitheads were gonna be down there. For some reason, I thought that they would be in the cutscene, so I had my controller down and everything. God damn it. Well, let me finish my goddamn thought, I guess. Since I'm over a goddamn hour already. Oh, it's raining. Good. Maybe the power will go out. So, the Firekeeper souls, are different. You won't have to worry about that. One of them wasn't Anastasia's, so we don't have to worry about that either. That is important, though, because if we don't have Anastasia's soul and we actually... That was weird, because if we use Anastasia's soul by giving it to herself at the beginning of the game, it could potentially make it so that it's impossible to bring her back to life. Even though she would have double souls. It'll be funny if we go over there and we pick her shit back up and it actually contains her own soul again. That would be funny. Alright, let's persist. But yeah, cycle. There is no cycle. The dark is coming. Nothing is going to stop that. But even if... I haven't turned that yet. Even if the Age of Fire that we make persists for another 1,000 years, 900 years, whatever, the next time is going to be even more difficult because there's no one in Anorlando anymore. Like, there is no Nito at this point. There is no Seath the Scaleless. There is no Four Kings or anything. They're all gone. Like, every single one of them is gone. So where are you going to get that power from? How is any new undead that show up going to accumulate the power required to be able to gain access, much less defeat you whenever you are a husk. Correct? Correct. Let's see if I can do this. Ah, shit. Might missed it. Oh, that was close. Let me concentrate. No, I'm not going to be fooled by that. You're just going to reassemble. You're going to reassemble. You No! No, don't turn! Goddamn Dark Souls. Gotta waste flash dust to heal up to full, just to be safe. Okay, it's just him. Thank God. Christ. I'm afraid to even walk past that stupid thing because I know a bunch of wheel skeletons. Glowing red demon wheel skeleton. Oh, shit. I'm gonna fucking fall through the ceiling and the goddamn walls. They're gonna be pouring out everywhere, man. Fucking animals, man. Okay. So even if that happens, if I can get this thought I've been trying to get out for 30 minutes, then you're going to have the cycle even after that one be even worse. Like, assuming that maybe the undead decide, alright, the ancient lords are gone. There's no way of obtaining their power. What do? Let's go hunting gods. Like, that would be, I guess, my solution. If people actually wanted to do that in some way. Or they would have a severe dark wraith problem, where humans actually start absorbing one another's humanity to make one guy strong enough to be able to rekindle the fire. That would be the only two ways of doing it. You would either have to massacre gods and take their power, or you would have to massacre other humans, which would take forever. And that would itself cause the world to descend into an Age of Dark, because that's what the Age of Dark is. It's just dark race just absorbing one another constantly to grow more and more powerful. Because they're all afraid of losing themselves. They're all afraid of losing their own beauty by reverting into pygmies. Because whenever you die, you lose the part of yourself in the process, even with the undead curse. That's the reason why people are dark race in the first place, right? It's not just because of greed. It's because of that tragedy of people not wanting to lose the beauty of themselves, and as a result, causing pain and suffering in the world and to those around you. Like, that's the whole theme. So, let's see if he's got anything. Nothing of importance. And you can't really do anything for me. I wonder if I can upgrade the... What if I upgraded the Drake Sword? Oh god, that's probably like an option. I probably actually should do that. But I only have one dragon scale, so it's not going to matter one way or the other. That is kind of funny, though. Thanks! Thanks for giving me the toxic weapon. I do kind of like him, though. Even though he's such a nothing character. Like, he's like a Demon Souls concept that I'm not basing this off of anything. Just, he's so out of the blue. Like, he's not even qualified as being a god. And there's not really... Like, Nito got the shaft when it comes to, like, lore explanation. You can tell that he just didn't give a shit about Nito, and even the witches, to some extent, he kind of just shat on. He really wanted the gods, and he wanted humans. And those are the ones that he was most concerned about. He didn't develop He certainly didn't develop Nito. Like, Nito just got nothing. Nito's asleep. Why did he fight the dragons? What did he have to gain from that? I don't know. Don't worry about it. And that's the story of Nito. Yes. I agree. Shut up. God. You and that fucking goddamn hammering. So, again, that would be my plan. To kill all the gods or to just kill humans en masse. But even then, I get the impression that the world will not survive like another cycle. Like, there would be us. We managed to do it because we had access to ancient gods and so forth. And we had access to Nito, and we had access to the Witch. So that's what enables us to have enough power to be able to prove ourselves to the Lord Vessel, gain access, and actually beat the prior incarnation of the person that was kindled. Which gives the flame just enough... Jeez, I forgot. They hit every single time. I forgot about that. That's going to make this way worse. Well, at least they die in 3 hits from two-handing this thing. Guys, I'm not going to survive this. This is really rough. if I encounter even one of these things, if even, like, 2 of them at the same time see me, I am fucked. Like, really just fucked in the ass. These skeletons are gonna grow anuses just so that they can shit in my shithole. This is how bad it's gonna be. Okay, have to be super fucking careful. 1, 2, to break poise. 3, 4, to break poise again, to kill them. Okay. Still feel a bit safer. Yeah, I'll do it that way. Okay, this is gonna take a while. But I don't think the world would even survive 3... Ooh. Would even survive 3 of these. Let me see if I can track them with noise. No on you. No on you. This is so dangerous. Alright, got that one. There we go. I don't think it would even survive 3 of them. Because I don't think there would just not be enough power left at that point. There would just not be enough soul power in the world, aside from other humans, and if you let it get that far, then the Age of Dark already started. So the world is already lost. And you could go on a god hunt, but that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the gods wanting the Age of Fire to continue. But let's say that you just magically, like, let's take a Dark Souls 2-ism and just bullshit it and say, oh no, they just all reincarnated because we need a sequel. That stupid shit. Come on. This is Red Phantom because it looks normal. 1, 2, 3. So let's say that Nito and hell, even Gwen or whatever, let's say that they all respawn and they're somehow as strong as they are in this game for some bizarre reason. And they're all in the exact same place just so that you can have a sequel. Even then, you would still have abnormally high amounts of problems just trying to... And that's even like bullshitting. That's just straight up just cheating. That's ignoring the whole point of the entire first game. That the dark will win. Even then, you still run up to all sorts of other problems. I'm trying to avoid that because that Black Knight's over there. You still run into all sorts of other problems in regards to trying to accumulate those souls and to get access to those areas in the first place. Shit. Shit. See how dangerous that was? Oh, god damn it! It didn't knock him out of poise. I was banking on that actually shattering his poise so that I could continue hitting him. But I guess whenever they have start up on their animation, it doesn't work. This is really rough. So either way, anyways, all that to say, Dark Souls 1 is definitely about the dark eventually winning. It will win, everything will go out. There's no way around it. Everything is fucked. But what do you do with that? God, just come on, guys. So aggressive. No! Stop your rolling shit. That's the thing I hate about these skeletons. How they can just fly at you. Come on, come on, come on. Hurry, hurry, hurry. I don't even know what my plan is here. I was trying to get back to my soul pile, but there's really no point in doing that other than just having it. I guess I could be crazy one way or the other. I do need to get down here, though. Maybe I'll do that. Because the path is already open. I can get down here to this stupid bonfire, I guess. And get up here and light this shit. So even if things do go really, really bad... Oh, come on! God damn it. Come on, gotta concentrate. Because these are both red phantoms because they don't look like red phantoms. Come on, get one of them out of your system. No, stop your rolling. That's the most dangerous shit whenever they have invincibility from that. Not invincibility, but whenever they can fuck you up in mid-swing, regardless whether you hit them or not. Whatever that's called. Okay, God. Alright. Oh, this is rough. I'm doing it, though. I'm doing it, guys. But barely getting a thought out in the process. Can't call this a normal playthrough. It'd be nice if I had one more person to bounce ideas off of. Or to make play while I sit here and talk and jack my own mouth off. Let's get a look at that ass. Oh, yeah. What do you think about that? Wait, where is he? Did he die? Oh, wait. No, it's because I... Oh, okay, yeah. If you go past that point, which I did because I fell down that hole, then it seems like he, Yeah, nice. And then he ends up going past you one way or the other, so you don't meet him. So that's what happens. Okay, don't have to worry about that. Oh, that had me worried. Okay, you get over here. So when it comes to the characters, that's the reason why they are what they are, normally. Aside from like Crestfallen or Crestfallen Merchant. Those are the two, I guess. Crestfallen Warrior and Crestfallen Merchant. And they both have the same goddamn first name. That's the John of this world, Crestfallen. So when it comes to the characters, they generally are like that. They're still trying to be themselves as they were whenever they were people. But they aren't people anymore, so eventually they are going to lose themselves. Unless they revert to actually... This is the beautiful thing about it. Unless they revert to actually destroying themselves by becoming Dark Race, to... Like, that's the whole tragedy of it. Dark Race become Dark Race because they're trying to preserve who they are. But because they're resorting to what is sort of like undead murder... Where is it coming from? Probably below me or something. Because they're resorting to destroying other people's lives in the process, then that ends up making them not themselves. Oh, for God's sakes. What did she even bounce off of? Must have hit like an invisible part of the fucking box or something. Dark Souls. When people say Dark Souls, they don't mean like, oh, it's so hard. They mean, oh, that's bullshit. You died for no reason. That's what they actually mean when they talk about Dark Souls. But yeah, that's what Dark Race are. They're people that are trying to preserve themselves because they fear losing themselves. But in the process, they lose themselves anyways. Because they end up destroying themselves by destroying other people. That's the tragedy of it. And the people that don't do that, that just sort of go naturally over time... Like it said that even if you're immortal, over time you reach a threshold where you have like a 100% chance that you will fall into a hole or something and just be trapped there forever, even if you're immortal, right? Like it's just a matter of statistics over time. Great Scythe? Nope. Solar Brave Warrior. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I can't remember where that hole goes to. Let's find out. Probably death? Oh, yeah. That's where it goes. I completely forgot. Why don't you guys go ahead and get that out of your system. Just to be absolutely safe. And there's going to be some skeletons up here that are going to be angry. Now, is there anything over there? That's the path that opened. Yes, there's the Dark Moon ring and shit. The room with the giant skeleton. So that's going to have some shit inside of it too. So I absolutely need to clear that out as well. Fantastic. And in addition to that... Oh, nice. Finally got one. Even though they're useless. So I need that also... Yeah, I'm going to have to clear all that shit out. Crap. Okay. So let's just be safe about it. Is that actually kind of weird how it's almost more effective to just kick them around? So you don't have to worry about their poise at all. Okay. I could go down and get that stupid soul pile, but I don't think there's any reason for that. Ah! Later, loser. Okay. So, yeah. Characters and beauty and so forth and so on. That's how it works. That's Dark Souls 1 in a nutshell. So whenever you talk about things... Come on, you do the same thing. So whenever it comes to things like the fire, like that led me down this path of insanity in the first place, like 2 hours ago, whatever it was. Like Laurentius, when he's talking about... Wow, wow! Wow, 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 wow! Wow, wow, wow! Cocaine! Oh, no! I shouldn't have done it, but it was worth it. Oh, fantastic. It's fine. Skeletons barely give any souls anyway, so I haven't really lost much of anything. Plus it enables me to go batshit crazy just running like a madman through this area. Okay, so this is the thing I was trying to go down in the first place. Right here. So whenever Laurentius was talking about the beauty of the flame inside of us, he's talking about, of course, the soul of life. He's talking about... I probably should just ignore them. Aha! You know what? I'm gonna pick up my shit. Ha ha ha! Ho ho ho! Ah, god damn it. No! I can't heartily laugh if you block my fucking path. I've got to do that again. Oh, I should also kindle that bonfire now that I'm thinking about it. So, Laurentius talking about the beauty of the flame. That kind of goes hand in hand with all of that. Can you actually kindle it without... Huh, you can actually cancel kindling. That's so weird. It doesn't actually complete until the animation completes. Huh, I never knew that. You can cancel out of kindling. What technology is this? Amazing. Okay. So, Laurentius, yeah, talking about the beauty of the flame inside of us. And that's what pyromancers are. They're people that are trying to obtain that beauty. But the thing I find that's especially beautiful about that concept is that you can't do it on your own. Pyromancers exist because the witch, the only surviving witch, gave Salaman, I think is his name, the first pyromancer, gave him a flame. And that's where it came from. And every other pyromancer since then, brass stuff, ooh, nice. Every other pyromancer since then, Jesus, has been handing off that flame to one another ever since. So you can't just generate it on your own. Through pure, like, training and will or anything like that. God, I need a heal. You actually have to receive it from someone else. Like, there's no way of obtaining that beauty of yourself without relying on others. I'm gonna have to just power through. God damn it, I knew that was gonna happen. There's just too many of them. There's too many of them to just face fuck that dude. God. I couldn't even roll out of that because I was getting stun locked. That's the danger. That's the real danger of this mod, is just how many enemies there are, combined with how fucking strong they become. I said that like there's subtlety to it. You know, if you think about it, this mod that increases everything's damage and makes there way more enemies, the real danger is the fact that they deal more damage and there's way more of them. Yeah, that's right, Eli. You really got this thing on a hook, don't you? Okay. But that's the thing I find beautiful about it, is that you can... This achievement of finding the beauty within yourself is something that can only be achieved with the help of other people. And that's sort of also the lesson that Solaire teaches, in a way. Is, he's trying to, like... I'm not going to go too much into him right now, but he's trying to find his own son. It's almost like he's having the same problem, in the sense that he's trying to be his own man, but he's unable to do so. Oh, come on! It wasn't even around the corner yet. Shit. Christ. Okay. That's what I was trying to avoid. God damn, that does a lot of damage. Christ. I healed, but it did like 100% of the amount that I healed with the goddamn Estus Flask. Well, let's do it again. Dark Souls! You'll die so many times, it'll be so satisfying when you actually do it. Fuck that. I'm glad that Dark Souls isn't particularly hard without all this shit going on. I don't enjoy this sort of... like, I'm not mad or anything right now. I don't mind it because I'm talking, or should be talking anyways. But I don't particularly enjoy this for the difficulty. I enjoy it for the craziness of it, if anything. Like the only thing keeping me from not losing my mind is probably the fact that I have my self-humanity locked. That's probably it. Like, other than that, I would just not particularly care for what's going on right now. Okay. I wonder if I can do this another way. God damn it. I probably can't do this. Holy shit, I actually did it. I thought for sure I would get hit and be knocked off the ladder trying to do this. Unfortunately, there's also enemies up here, I think. Or is there? I think there might be like one. By the way, I think they're going to climb up here because they're super angry and pissed off. Well, let's... Yep, here they come. Fantastic. Maybe I'll be cute about it, though. And try to push him off without being knocked off myself. Ah. I think that actually did a little bit of damage through my shield or something. Well, let's just do this for a while since we're adorable. Look at him. I'm not gonna fall for that one. I saw what you did to Tim. My name's Bill, and I'm not too happy about your behavior. Well, come on. Alright, well, that's real nice of you. Don't... Oh, come on now! I don't much care for that. Oh. I'm back. I'm gonna teach you a lesson about what you did. Ah, shit. Fuck me. Alright, that's enough of that. Oh, here's another one. Well, I'm Fred. I don't much care for what you've been doing. Oh, shit! Oh, fuck! I can't even tell them apart. I'm enjoying this, though. It gives me time to talk. Okay. But what was I talking about? Yeah, that's the thing I really find to be particularly beautiful about that sentiment from Laurentius. Is that pyromancers work because they're working together. What are you doing? No, he's gonna do it when I go. Go the fuck up, Fred. Get up there. No, he's gonna do it. I know he's gonna do it. You saw what he did before. There's no chance. We just gotta wait this one out. I tell you, if we just wait just a little bit of time, he'll eventually get tired of what he's up to, and he'll... Oh, shit. Oh, fuck me. See, I fucking told you, Fred. Alright. No, he's getting weird, too. Alright, come on. Oh, they're smart ones. They are smart. Okay, God, there must be a ton of them if they're climbing up this fast. There's gotta be, like, at least 4. There might be 5 of them. Oh, God! It's so bad that they can't even get around one another. They're swarming! But that sort of sums up a lot of things about Dark Souls and the way that the characters are painted. Is the characters are not depressed. They aren't. They're trying to be themselves. They're trying to be the people that they were before they came to Lordran. Just that Lordran is the place where they're sort of condemned into becoming undead. Like that's the reason why a problem oh shit. May as well get some damage in. Jesus. Oh, we got you now, you fucker. You don't have any ladders. You don't have any ladder check to get around this problem now. Oh, do I? Do I? Oh, he's gonna get back to that fucking ladder again. Stop him before he gets to it. Oh, shit, you let him go. But that's the characters in Dark Souls. They are hopeful people that are condemned to slowly becoming something else. To becoming wasted away versions of themselves. That's part of the tragedy of it. No, come on. Throw your fire. No. Ah, God damn it. I thought I could get it. I thought I could get it that time. Okay, here's the plan. No, I'm not stopping. We're gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna go crazy, and I'm just gonna, like, run around in circles constantly. Like, I'm gonna get in, like, one hit on that guy, and then I'm gonna try to race for the bottom to escape, and then we'll just keep running in circles until we can get enough hits in to actually kill that fuck. No. We're not gonna go for your little parry game. No, sir. Actually, let's go ahead and get rid of you guys. Because this should be fairly simple. Oh, yeah, I forgot. For some reason, I had in my head that I could probably survive. God damn it, stupid fucking skulls. This should be easy, he said as he fell to his death. Had to waste Ness's flask just doing that. At least it gets them off my tail. You know, if I was smart, I actually should just slowly kill these guys. I originally started doing this because of how much time it was taking. But honestly, I should just kill them all. Except for, like, that giant one, I guess. If you get 2 of them together, you get a twofer. Yes, sir. Ah, goddammit, I hate that move. That 1 or, like, 5 or whatever frame animation that comes out real fast. So, yeah, that's why I sort of have everything, or not have, like, whenever I take everything and put it inside of its own little pile in regards to Dark Souls sequels. I consider Dark Souls 3 to be its own thing with its own continuity. Like, I consider them to all have the sort of same general premise, aside from, like, 3. 3, like, because of the Ring City stuff, it doesn't make any sense in regards to, like, the opening cinematic and the way things are supposed to work. Like, humans are way too powerful in 3 at the beginning of the timeline, and it doesn't make any sense at all. Especially if you consider the Ringed. Like, some people are saying, no, the Ring guys are not actually Dark Race. But you look at them, and they look exactly like Dark Race, and even some of their behavior is Dark Wraith-like. And even if you consider, where they're humans, where would they be getting their power from? They're just humans. And humans can't even, as far as we know, absorb one another's humanity. Jeez, what do you even... Can't even absorb one another's humanity until the undead curse starts happening, right? So it just doesn't really make any sense in regards to Dark Souls 1. So when it comes to... this is going to be rough, actually. So when it comes to... Really? You don't always heal whenever you drop below too much health. Although it might help sometimes. Especially since these skeletons can move so fast because they roll all over the place. Let's stick to our game plan. Let's just be reckless, because actually being smart is not helping us. So when it comes to Dark Souls 3, again, and 2 and so on, they sort of have their own continuity. And even if you could, like, do a very roundabout, like, Bloodborne explanation where you create a 100-page thesis paper on, no, it all makes perfect sense if you just read for the next 9 hours. If you do that, even if you do that, it is much easier to just view them all as their own separate entities. Especially external to the plot and external to all that. As far as the actual business and politics of it goes, they are separate because Dark Souls 1 was intended to be its own separate game, and it ended with the end of this game. It never, was meant to have sequels until the previous president before Miyazaki signed off on them. So there's not really any reason to really be worried about it. Haha! You only burn my feet. Those don't count. Okay. God. Back to this. Jeez, even through the ground? Damn. I'm trying to be careful about not kicking them, because if I try to kick them, it might collide with some of their invincibility frames as they're actually getting up. I need to get rid of these jars. As they're actually moving up, and that might actually allow them to... Yeah, see? Like that. That actually might cause them to have, to not be affected by it, and it actually cause me problems. That's why I'm doing that, if you're wondering. So, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3 all view as being completely separate organisms. You might be angry about that. Can't help it. That's how I view them. If you want to make angry posts in the comments about how I'm totally wrong, you can. I just think that you're wrong. And we're never going to see eye to eye on that, because I just don't have as much respect for 3 or 2, and I don't consider them to be things that make any sense in regards to one another. God, I shouldn't have let them... Look how many of them there are. What is going on, even? Hey, how you doing? Mind if I have a drink? No, he won't let me have a drink. What is going on? This is fantastic. What a lovely day it is to be in Dark Souls Town. So anyways, if you ever wonder why I treat the games as being separate, that's pretty much the reason why. It's just because of how many narrative differences there are. Like, there's narrative dissonance between the games, definitely. Like, for 1 to 2 is incredibly jarring. Because, like, 2 just has nothing at all to do with 1. Like, 1 is like, dark as Dark Souls 1 is. It's still a very hopeful game in some ways. Because you can even... God damn it. You could even end the game... You can even end the game with this idea of, well, maybe everything will be fine. Maybe we will find an answer. And I can just hold off the era of dark for just one extra millennia. If I can just do that, then there will be hope in the future. So you can view it from that perspective. 2 is more just, you know, there needs to be sequels. So, like, 2's explanation is that the fire can never go out. Sequels will never stop. Like, it's almost a threat that the game gives you. No, it will always be this way forever. Because the idea in 2 is that even if the fire starts to go out, it just can't go out. It returns to its quote-unquote natural state, where it's just really, really dim. And even though it's a fire, and the whole metaphor of a fire is that it eventually goes out despite being beautiful, even ignoring that, it just can't. Because we need sequels. And that's where the whole bullshit about there being a cycle comes from in the first place. Is because, oh, it's the cycle of light and dark. Whenever it does go dark, it doesn't matter, because eventually something will happen, because Asian storytelling, that results in the universe just resetting itself, and everything goes back to the way it was. Even though the fucking game series starts out with it saying everything used to be gray and nothing ever happened, and then something did, but it's all going to shit. Like, this completely ignores the whole premise. Just because there needs to be a fucking sequel. Really disappointing. Okay, let's go back to our antics. Ow! Ouchies! My patoot. My patoot. Yeah, you can't heal in this game on ladders, can you? I think that was just a Dark Souls 2ism, and then 3. That's probably what it was. Okay, this time let's actually try to kill these damn things. And try not to fall off in the process. Gotta be very, very careful. I think it takes 3. It takes 4? Damn. Damn, playa. Shit's crazy. God damn it, that's what I was afraid of. Especially with the camera fucking up. Ugh. Fucking fast-ass attacks. Maybe they'll jump across and do what he did. Okay. Fall off! Do it! Okay. But as far as one character goes, that's pretty much all I wanted to say in regards to that. But as far as Laurentius goes, and the Pyromancy flame, that's just connected with that. It's just that idea of it being very beautiful in its own way, and being handed down by other people. With sort of almost, you could almost read the message as being, there's no way that we can actually eclipse the problem of the dark, of the inevitable decay of ourselves, without the assistance of others. And especially the Pyromancy flame, the idea is, oh no, you will die eventually. You will go hollow or something. But what you can do is hand down your spirit, your fire, to someone else. And it won't be your fire that they're using, but they will inherit your fire. And that's sort of the beauty of that. The idea that, that's like a metaphor for life. Like, you're not going to live forever. And no matter what you do, the more that you try to prolong yourself, the more desperate you become, and the more ugly you become, because you're actually destroying yourself and you're destroying those around you. Like, that's the message, right? That's the whole narrative theme of this game. And, God, there's so many. And the problem in real life, of course, even though people can't, like, pay money to make themselves immortal or anything like that, people do try to sort of achieve sort of figurative immortality in other ways by destroying those around them. Like building pyramids at the cost of... Actually, it turns out, I think historically they found out that the pyramids were not built by slaves. They were actually built by hired workers that were actually paid very, very well. It just took a very long amount of time. There might have been slave assistants or something, I don't know. I'm not privy to the details. But, like, people do that. They try to build monuments to themselves, or they try to do things so that history will remember them specifically. And it ends up destroying those around them. Did I finally get them all? God. And I'm going to slide down here and get one-shot killed by that stupid pyromancer. I don't know if I should two-hand or not. Let me try to actually get down far enough that I can... God damn it, you little fuck. See how much damage that did? Like, I know I don't have a huge amount of armor and shit on right now, but still, goddamn. Okay, let's just try to get down here as fast as possible. Gotta be shitting me. Gotta be fucking shitting me. You know what happened then? I was sliding down, managed to hit me on the run while I was sliding. And I actually, while I was still on the ladder, pressed the attack button because I hadn't noticed that I took damage yet. And because of the fact that Dark Souls queues up shit, even though I was attempting to roll after I got off the ladder, because it was queued, it actually caused me to attack him, even though I was attempting to roll towards him. So it fucked me up one way or the other. Fan-fucking-tastic, Dark Souls. Great. Great. Maybe this time, just ignore every strategy, walk up to the miserable fuck, and just try to just face-fuck him until he dies. I don't even need to do this, really. I don't need to do this. What I should be doing is completely ignoring it. I just want to. I fucking want to. I should be ignoring him and climbing that goddamn ladder and just picking up that stupid used to be a miracle and it's not a miracle anymore. And just being done with it. But I fucking hate this guy. 2, 3. I don't have enough stamina. God. I just take so much damage. If it wasn't for that one skeleton up there helping him, it would be somewhat trivial. But because I have to stagger between his attacks and the other guy's attacks, and I also have to worry about the other ones that are coming up from below, there just ends up being too much because he has too much health to kill. And what, it looked like it was going to take at least 6 attacks, I guess, to be able to get rid of him. And that's double-handing this damn thing. So I guess let's just... For God's sakes, can you just leave me alone for like 2 seconds? Let's just concentrate... God! Christ almighty, these things are so aggressive. Let's concentrate on trying to climb that ladder and just get that stupid item. You know it's bad whenever I have to roll every 2 steps. Christ. God, even through the wall. God, this is the element of Dark Souls that I really don't like at all. It's whenever it just becomes this mess of you can't even plan because there's always something that's going to kill you in one hit. I feel like in Dark Souls 1, especially because of poise and because of armor and the way that you can build health, especially, then... Actually, I'll talk about that. This is my sort of preferred way of... I don't think any of the Dark Souls games have necessarily been like this, but I've always preferred it to be that the actual area... Well, the actual boss is not that difficult, and the actual area is not that difficult. But each enemy sort of has like 1 or 2 little tricks, or there's 1 or 2 little areas that can cause you enough damage on a very high health bar. This is why I say that it probably hasn't happened in Dark Souls before. So that you will have to use up your resources over time. Like, I prefer Dark Souls to be more of a resource-based game. No, you get out of here. I prefer Dark Souls to be more resource-based. And the later games especially became more of a... Really? Even from there? It became more of a game of... You can, like, we'll give you a shit ton of Estus Flask charges, and it just doesn't matter, right? But in the process of doing that... Alright, what is it? Great. But in the process of doing that... the enemies themselves, I can't remember what the placement was on this. The enemies themselves can 1-shot or 2-shot kill you very easily. And if you're not absolutely careful, it doesn't matter how well you're doing, you can die in like half a second. We can take you from 100% down to 0% in no time flat. No sir. Resets. So a lot of the later games seem to be designed more with that in mind, because they, I guess, became too enamored with the idea of killing people, killing the player. Because the game needs to be hard, because Dark Souls and marketing. Like, they became too enamored with that. So as a result, you have sort of that system. I prefer Dark Souls 1's combat in the sense that it feels a bit more resource-based. That it takes a while to get to most bosses. Like, some bosses do have a bonfire right next to them or something. It does take a while. How many are up there? That it does take a while. I wonder if I can trick them in the sense of... Nah, there's too many down here. I thought that there might be, God, even the big ones up here. That they might have done this. They might have gotten stuck up top. God, now I'm gonna... Yeah. Well, forget it. I really wanted to kill that guy, but it's just taking way too much time. I'll just get rid of him off screen for my own benefit. It's just too difficult to try to get rid of all of them at the same time. I'm sure someone has some insipid idea in the comments where they're absolutely certain if you just throw fire bombs at this one spot, or, you know, some dumbass thing that it won't actually work. And they'll probably get like 2 upvotes and feel good about themselves. Oh good, my controller's disconnecting. That's what I need. Anyways. My need to be right. Let's go down right there. Where's the hole for that? There was a hole that led directly to that. I can't remember. It's down here, though. Shit. Well, whatever. That's fixing my problem for me. No? Oh, well. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Okay, so anyways. That's the reason I sort of prefer that idea of combat. Dark Souls 1 was sort of like this, where it's a bit more resource-based. In the sense of, like, this, for example. There's not a bonfire that's right next to Pinwheel or anything like that, right? There's no bonfire right next to him. So it takes a while just to be able to get down to the little dipwad. So I wonder if he's going to attack. Need to make absolutely certain nothing's gonna... I'll take care of them. They'll probably leech a little bit further. Leash, excuse me. Oh, God damn it. Where'd you even come from? Gotta concentrate. No. God, they take so much damage. I really need a better weapon. But this is solving other problems. So we need to stick with it for a while. Okay, God. With this game, is he getting closer? I could have swore. But in this game, it is a little bit more resource-based. There's not a Where are you coming from? Where are they coming from? I don't remember there being skeletons in this room. There aren't. I know there aren't. What the hell's going on? They're not coming up the ladder, are they? Maybe they're falling down that hole that came from earlier. I don't know. But it hasn't been opened. Because it reseals. Whatever. Anyways. Dark Souls 1 is sort of like that in the sense that it is a little bit more resource-based. You can get to the boss somewhat okay. Like, it's not that hard to get to the boss. But you're probably going to take so much damage that you're going to have not enough resources. I don't want to kill this guy. It's going to take fucking forever. Like, this guy especially has a shit ton of health at the start of the game. Like, he's way more difficult than Pinwheel is, even. But I want to get that thing behind him, because it's not going to be an Eye of Death this time around. He's probably going to do his jumping attack first thing. Well, no, if you get this close, he usually does his wind-up. Okay, what is it? Huh, look at that. That's the shit from the lower Undead Berg. Ah, God damn it. Wow. Fantastic. Doesn't even matter. I got my shit anyways. Suck a dick. Okay. For the special 2-hour episode of Dark Souls. Okay. So I guess that's really all I wanted to say about that. I've kind of gotten... Like, I'm so dialed in now to I want it. Money's mine. Is that what Dan says sometimes? Why am I making a Game Grumps reference? I've gotten so dialed in that I kind of just want to get through this and clear out as much as I possibly can. I'll tell you what, I'll make a promise to myself. I'll get to the Black Knight. Because I know that skeleton wheel room is going to pose as much of a problem as that one itty-bitty room with that one necromancer that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, without going at the necromancers, what the hell are they? Are they humans? Are they servants of Nito? Are they people that are trying to steal Nito's power? What does stealing Nito's power even mean in that context? All sorts of questions about Nito and things around Nito. Did they just never answer? Archive prison extra key. Holy shit. Is that the thing that opens up Logan's prison? Yeah, jump over it, idiot. Come get me, you fucking fool. Come over here. I need you away from the ladder. Oh, for God's sakes. They outsmarted me! There's one behind me, too. He might be too stupid to round a corner, though. That's the only thing saving me right now. Oh, for God's sakes. Let's just try to... I might just have to fall down. Oh, for God's sakes, they just keep coming. Haha! I'm brilliant. I'm beautiful. Oh, for God's sakes, they're down there, too. There are so many skeletons. There's so many. Oh, I hate it. I hate how many skeletons there are. Why is there gotta be so many? I know there's so many because of the lore. There's so many of them because people dumped all their fucking skeletons here. They dumped all the corpses. I went over this in my LP. I stopped in front of the bonfire and pointed out how there's different layers of, like... No, don't pick up the item. Don't do that. Pick up the scimitar I don't need. Okay, God. Come on, go down, down. Eat my taint. Just lap it up. Okay. Alright, let's not do the Dark Knight thing, just Black Knight thing just yet. Let's wait for our skeleton pals. Let's wait for skeleton friends. No! 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 Do not deal 1 billion damage in 1 second. God. This really did turn the game into Dark Souls 3. Where everything does like 1 million damage and you have no health at all in comparison to the things that you're fighting. Because it needs to be hard. So hard. So fun because you die all the time. So fantastic. Okay, let's try to clear this out down here first. Because there is like 1 or 2... Like 1 item, I think, down here. And those archers are probably not going to move, are they? They're probably not going to move. So let's actually see if we can resolve this with fire bombs. Yeah, the archers will not move. So I wonder how many seconds it takes. I wonder if I can throw this far. No, can't. Figured. Come on. Don't stagger your fucking shots. What the hell? Did you guys see that? He like just manifested out of the ground. What the hell was that? I really am mystified by that. Maybe I wasn't looking the right way and he actually just like slid out of frame in a way that I couldn't tell. That was really strange. Game gets more dangerous by the second. But let's ignore my There's another one. They must have heard me or something. That's probably what happened. They heard me. But wait. No, there aren't any skeletons in that room. There's only wheel skeletons. And camera glitches. It must have been... They must have come through the hole. I must have accidentally opened the hole. Hold on. Let me check. Okay, let me check. Because I'm mystified by this. Yes. They must have fallen down the hole that was accidentally made here. Then fallen down from where the Black Knight is. Heard me. Then raced around and came out of that hole in the wall. That must have been what happened. I think that's Pyromancer. Or the Pyromancer. It's Necromancer. This is the most dangerous one right here. Come on. Just enough stamina. Just enough stamina. Hit all of them at once, please. Okay, if you wait just like a split second, it enables you to do that. God, that was rough. Okay, that problem is solved. Not permanently, but it is solved. Alright, so there's only like 2 more little bits of things that we have to collect before we are sort of done with this area. We have to resolve our Black Knight problem, which actually I probably don't need to actually fight him, and that's probably a really stupid idea. It's probably a super stupid idea. In fact, I will not do that. I think there is one item up there with him. And it could be anything, but I'll worry about it a little bit later. Because what I actually want to do is roll over to where the wheel skeletons are so that I can pick up the items there. And also Paladin Leroy will be there. Yes. Which means that, yes, there he is right there. Which means that I can sacrifice him. Oh, don't you fucking dare. I can sacrifice his life for mine. Red Titanite chunk. Might come in some amount of handy, depending what sort of fucking shit I find. God, look at that. Look at that. Just a sea. Well, let's do a run back. Oh, good. Paladin Leroy summoned. Did you guys know Paladin Leroy was in the area? Yeah, it's great. Well, it's getting rough, guys, and time's getting up there. I can see the clock. This is probably the longest episode of any Dark Souls LP I've ever done. It's getting pretty rough. Wonder if I can jump right there. I can. I can also die right here if I'm not careful. God, these fucking exploding heads. Okay, this time. Come on! No, stop canceling! Summon this fucking idiot and his dumb, stupid, idiot armor that I think I have in my inventory right now. Yes, I do. Paladin armor. Fantastic. No, not again. God, where are they coming from? Even had my shield up that time. God, there's just so many of them. They deal so much damage. I need you, Paladin Leroy, please. I need you to distract them long enough for me to just hop down one level. Let's do that. I just need to hop down one level to be able to collect what should be the Paladin, or excuse me, the Cleric set, I think. Come on, roll! Should collect the Cleric set, which now is probably just a soul of an undead cuck or something, I don't know. And who knows... Oh, God. I don't even have the health to survive doing that. Oh, my God. Did you guys know that I prefer the characters in Dark Souls 1 to the 2 and 3? Because they really embody the beauty of life. And how over time you slowly lose the things that make you beautiful and you end up becoming a villain. Because you're trying to preserve who you are way too much. Because I guess of like the ancient idea of arrogance of self. It's probably what it is. Come on. Don't you fucking dare. You first. Okay. You did summon him, didn't you? You didn't. You didn't summon him at all. Come on, careful, careful, careful. Walk off the edge! Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Dragon Scale. It's a single Dragon Scale. Didn't really need it. Paladin Leroy summoned. Shit. 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 Oh, good. They're hitting Leroy instead of me. Thank goodness. Oh, look at them all. They're so angry. Oh, Jesus Christ, Leroy. He does a ton of damage, but he took, like, all of his health. And he's a summon. He's supposed to have way more health. What are you doing, you fool? No! You idiots! And you attracted them all to me! What am I to do now? Can I firebomb them all? What will happen next time? No, I'm not going to end it here. God. And there's no way that I can get through all that. Well, let's make a race for it one way or the other. I'll try to get to the Black Knight. It's not gonna work! It's not gonna work! They were wheeling under me. Like I was the frame of a car and they were the wheels. Oh no. Let's get to the Black Knight. I made a promise. I made a promise. Let's get to the Black Knight and see what item he's guarding. And then we'll die there. There's no way that I'm gonna beat that Red Phantom Black Knight, who is also a double Red Phantom. He's a double red phantom. No! Oh, God. At least I'll do a dropping attack. I've been getting too reckless. I'm getting too reckless and I'm just throwing myself in every direction. Usually, it's kind of weird. It seems like almost you get less angry if you're doing an LP. Like, if I was actually doing this offline, I would probably be furious. I'd probably have locked my health long ago and been like, fuck you, Dark Souls. Eat a monster penis, or whatever I say whenever I'm offline. But doing the LP is almost like I'm almost kind of enjoying how ludicrous it's getting. I don't know why I did this. I kind of just want to see Paladin Leroy die again. Because it's hilarious. I really should have dropped down the other side to try to get to that thing. Damn. I'm just trying to... Oh, God. Here's another one. He's spinning like crazy. He's going nuts. All right, Leroy. Let's do it. Let's do this thing. I need you to run... I know you experienced this once before. I need you to run defense here. You're my lineman. You need to get down here into these will skeletons and just fuck them up. Okay? Now, I'm going to drop down here, and you're going to follow me. I'm going to drop down here. I'm dropping. It's going to happen. And you're going to follow me. Oh, God, there's one over there, too. It's just the... Okay, it's just one of those. Okay. Here they come, Leroy. Here they come. Get them. Get them. I'm right with you. I'm right with you. All right. Get them, Leroy. Now I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you. Right behind you. Right behind you. Get him, Leroy. I was trying to run away, so they would, like, all fuck him while I ran with, like, doo-doo flying out of my shirt because I'm so scared. But it didn't work out that way, sadly. Okay, let's do it correctly this time. One more time. Let's do this correctly. We would jump off... Shit, how are we going to do this? What was I even trying to do? Oh, yeah. To get down the hole down here. That's what I was trying to... I couldn't even remember what the hell it was. I could say, let's do it right this time. What am I doing? Great. That's such an Eliism, really. Plagueism, whatever. Okay. No! No! Stop doing that, you little cheater. Christ. Oh, God. So fucking many of them. And now it's going to be even more of a problem because they're all going down there. Wonder if I can kill, like, one of them. There's just going to be more of them. Because of the aggression mod, they're just not going to give up. They're just going to keep coming. They're going to keep breeding and proliferating. Oh, the skeleton sex is the worst. They're, like, delivering skeleton babies up top, and now there's some down here. God. I better... Well, it doesn't matter. I can open that one up. I can't remember which side the item is actually on. Let's just get this over with. Okay. What? Oh. Oh. I made it, guys. I made it to the Black Knight. Oh, there you... No, that's a... That's just a normal wheel skeleton. Where did he go? I guess he heard me and then ran over here. Oh, God. They're all moving up top. They're moving through the vents, man. Shit. They're moving through the fucking vents. Is that an item up there? Oh, I hope I didn't miss anything. Oh, I did miss something because there's that one thing where you can backtrack. Oh, I haven't gotten to it yet. Okay. No, naughty skeletons. No! I'm gonna summon Leroy again. We're gonna get the pinwheel. We're gonna get the pinwheel, and I'm gonna die the pinwheel. And it's gonna be funny. Because I'm kind of in a mood now. I don't even want to talk about lore anymore. I'm just kind of fascinated by what's happening. Okay, here's my game plan. Right? We're gonna get the Leroy. We're gonna summon him, then we're gonna make a mad, like, cocaine-fueled cheetah dash. For the... For the boss, God, it takes so long to even select. Okay, I gotta keep an eye out for that stupid skull. There it is. Yes! Oh, he's been summoned, alright. God, it's such a trial trying to... Ugh! Ugh! Jeez! Oh, they just clip you just a little bit. How many of them are down here? If I had the time, I would count them. I would have to use my toes, but I could count them. Oh, there's so goddamn many of them. And the main problem is those fucking skulls that keep doing that. Maybe if I... Wait, maybe if I just wait there. Because I can't tell which ones they are that are actually posing the most problem. I just have to be careful with this one dumbass... two dumbass skeletons. Yes, come on, kill them. Ah, there we go. No, 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 naughty, naughty heads. I do not like head. Do not like it. No! No! They're so sneaky. Oh, these floating skulls. Skullomanias. Skeletons. What do you do? How do you combine that? Skull and skeleton. 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 Yeah, skeleton. There we go. Oh, these skeletons will be the death of me. Okay. How much you want to bet that Pinwheel's like the most bodaciously awesome guy ever? Okay. 1, 2... One just went away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... I can see 1, 8 moving in the darkness. There's probably another one, so there's probably 9. And there's like some more down here. 10, 11, 12... There's at least a baker's dozen down here, Leroy. Leroy, can you like... Could you, like, do something? Can I, like, kick you off? Or wheel you backwards? Come on, Leroy. Come on. Yes, yes, yes! Yes, Leroy, you've already taken 1/4 of your health and damage. You're doing a good job. Oh, who's a good boy? Who's dealing 1,700 damage? You are! You are! Who's taking 700 damage? 1,700 damage? It's me! It's me! It's always me! Ah, yes, yes, the jukes! The jukes! No! 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 The jukes are real! Ha ha! Ha ha! You can't do it! You can't catch me anymore! Leroy! Come, Leroy! Leroy? Leroy, either you need to die... Yeah, he's done. He's gone. He needs to be dead because he's gonna give Red Super Ultra Phantom Pinwheel even more health than he normally has. Tell you what, let's go back to my fucking spear. Let's do that real fast. Oh, come on, I knocked my own headphones off. Alright, let's go. Let's roll. This is either going to be incredibly easy or it's going to be the worst. It's going to be the absolute worst. This is going to be the end of the episode, one way or the other, whether I live or die. It's a shame about Pinwheel. People always shit on Pinwheel. It's so easy. Because he's meant to be potentially the very first boss in the game that you fight, aside from the first Asylum Demon, the tutorial boss. God, he is a phantom. Why would he be a phantom? Oh, wait, I know why he's a phantom, because I told him that he's a phantom.
Duh! We're phantom. Duh!
Okay. I will attempt to power through this. Please. Oh, God, it's sort of a midpoint. Jeez. It's gonna be rough, actually. And not super rough, but it's gonna be not great. Like, this is actually probably more what his strength should be, normally. Yeah, this seems a bit more natural. Damn. Because the main issue is just whether or not his little clones get you or not. Okay, one more. One more. I think that this would probably make actually a pretty good midpoint game boss if his health was a little bit adjusted. There we go, okay. That was not as easy as it probably looked, just because of how much damage even one of those little balls he was throwing around actually does. That could have actually one-hit killed me. Or not one-hit killed me, but it could have staggered me, then one-shot killed me through stagger, or whatever I want to call it. Okay. So I actually did get the right of kindling from that. I don't really need it, but it's there. And did I ever explain that? The white ones are the ones that are, yeah, I did, that are contained to a corpse, and the yellow ones are the ones that are actually independent of a corpse. Okay, so one guy that voted for the Catacombs, mission complete, dude, whatever you are. We did it. And there's no reason for me to go into the tomb, because I can't go any further than that. Unless we finally get through Anarlando. But we cleared out the fucking Catacombs. There might be, like, one item that I don't remember picking up or anything. Like, there's one right here. I know. This is gonna be it, I think. There's probably, like, one extra one. Soul of Grey Warrior. Fantastic. That's, like, almost the... I think that's even almost the same thing as the other one was. Okay. And there's nothing really else to get down there. I'm not gonna worry about that. And unfortunately, this also means that I'm going to have to find a way back up. So, god damn it, it defaults to yes. So that means that offline, I'm going to actually have to make a run back to try to get back to Firelink Shrine. And that is going to be rough. But I did it, yay, except for that one necromancer that wouldn't cooperate. Actually, you know what, I'm going to stay here, and offline, I'm going to kill him to where you guys can't see it happening. But I'll promise that I will kill him. Rest assured in the knowledge that on part 6 or whatever, he will be dead. Alright, I actually enjoyed that last part. I know the first was a mess of me trying to explain one bit of lore that barely made any sense as I staggered to get it out over the course of like an hour and a half. But you guys powered through it, and so did I. That last little bit was kind of amusing to me, at least. Alright, so thank you guys for coming along. I think I'll go through and... Let's just pop some of those right now, actually. For the sheer fun of it, let's pop all these goddamn soul items. Just to show you guys exactly how many... Like, this is the offset of this, is that you do get a bunch of shit drops, but you do get an obscenely large... I'll use that one independently. That you do get an obscenely large amount of souls in the process, because it gives you generic soul drops. Okay, so 2,000... 7,000. This is going to be another 12,000. The Soul of a Heroes are going to be probably the big one. 22,000. 32,000. 42,000. It seems like Knights are going to be less than that, yeah. And then the Soul of a Large Nameless Soldier are going to be the little itty-bitty ones. So I can't remember exactly how much souls I require in order to level up at this point, but it's actually probably, there's probably only going to be like 2 levels, to be honest. I probably should have kept all of those souls from farming the stupid skeletons earlier. Soul 66,243. I forgot that it doesn't do that. Oh, so actually I can level up quite a bit. Alright, so, yeah, we get 3 levels out of it, something like that. Alright, won't do that just yet, though. Alright, oh, good job, Freelid. You powered through it, girl. Oh, girl. You old sexy girl. You and your very, very sensual thief mask outfit. Let's take off that hood real fast. God damn it, I had this stupid thing on the whole time. Didn't even need it. I should have had, like, this stupid thing on. That's what I should have had. Alright, now we can see you perfectly. Right? Thanks, Dark Souls. Hold on. Come on. This is as good as it's gonna get, I guess. As she stares soullessly into the camera. Alright, thank you guys for supporting me and whatnot and what forth. But now it's time for you to go away. As I shake my empty wine bottle around. Alright, as I continue to go insane and prepare for parts 6 or 7. You guys again tell me where you want me to go. I'm sure there's like one item or something I missed at some point, but I'm not going to care too much about it. Our choices are the garden. New Londo's, I guess, is technically an option. But mainly I think the garden is mainly where we're going to end up. Either that or just one section of the garden, like the Darkroot Basin is another part that we could go to. Other than that, we could go to Blighttown, I guess. That's the other thing, because we eventually have to do that. And it also depends on whether or not, because I picked up that second Firekeeper soul, whether or not at Firelink Shrine we are going to be able to use it one way or the other. Because if we can't, we're definitely not going to Dulando. That's for sure. Alright, but those are your options, guys. Think about it. See you guys next time. Bye! Move away from the fire so you can actually wave, Freelid. Fantastic. Wave at the wall, Freelid. Bye, wall! I'm on cocaine too. Oh no, freely. Ah, Jesus.